the Lord is my banner. He said, because hands were lifted up against the throne of the Lord will be at war against the Amalekites from generation to generation. From generation. This past season, since 6-7 weeks ago, the NBA season was shut down, along with the Houston Livestock Rodeo Show, all within the same week. It just broke my heart. Two of my favorite pastimes, watching basketball and at least attending the rodeo, were stopped. Amen. But during the last couple of weeks, one thing that has kept my attention, that has arrested and it has captivated my attention as well, is the documentary called The Last Dance. And The Last Dance is a show, a documentary about Michael Jordan and his last final season with the Chicago Bulls. I call Michael Jordan the greatest of all, called the GOAT. This season plays out the 1998 basketball season, which I got to relive a lot of stuff, even with the hip-hop tracks and all of that kind of stuff playing underneath a lot of the highlights, and it just really got me going and got me remembering some things. But there were some things that really caught my attention, because when I watched the 1998 season in 98, I just felt like and thought that the season was one that was pretty easy to go through, and that because of the greatness of Michael Jordan, that everything was just wonderful. But through this documentary, it has cast a lens on the inside of the organization. And what it showed us was there was some intrinsic fights going on. There was some interior fights going on from the top to the bottom, beneath the surface of our public purview. And it's in that showed me and gave me a greater appreciation, not just for Michael Jordan, but for Phil Jackson and for all of those people that were participating on that team. And it just showed what it's like to have to deal with stuff and still have to execute excellence. They have to deal with all of the things that go on, have to deal with all of the situations, have to deal with all of the issues, but still come out every night on the court and represent to the fullest. Here it is in this text that we're looking at today. It gives us a great picture of Moses and Joshua. Moses and Joshua were the dynamic duo for the children of Israel. Moses and Joshua, Joshua has grown up to be a great fighter, one of the greatest fighters of all time. And Joshua is here fighting a fight that he did not start. Joshua is here fighting a fight that he didn't even look for. Joshua is having to fight a fight that he wasn't even trying to find. But lo and behold, a fight came to his doorstep. And it got me to thinking, because a lot of times we as believers, we look for seasons where there is no fight. We look for seasons where we don't have to fight. We look for seasons where it's easy. And I would confess that there are a lot of times in my life that I would love to have times where I didn't have to go through anything. There are a lot of times in my life I would love to go through some seasons where it was just victory upon victory upon victory. But I've learned and I've lived long enough to know that there are some seasons where you have to fight. Matter of fact, as you go from one season to the next, I've learned in my life that every season has a fight. Did you hear what I just told you? Every season has a fight. It's almost imperative that I have to go through something to get to something. I've learned this in my life. I've experienced this. I've explored the dynamics of this. There was a book writer that says there are sometimes bad things happen to good people. And I want to help you today, because sometimes you can be doing everything you've been called to do. You can be doing everything you've been called on to do, and sometimes a fight will find you. Amen? Sometimes a fight will find you. Sometimes a fight just shows up on your doorstep. So the text here is talking about the Amalekites came and attacked the Israelites at Rephidim. And here this text is showing us a fight. It's in this fight that I learned that there are some fights that are inevitable. Did you hear me? Some fights are inevitable. Not only does every season have a fight, but there are some fights you just can't avoid. There are sometimes you can try to run from it, but sometimes a fight will just show up on your doorstep. It'll just show up in your life. It'll just show up out of nowhere. You can be doing everything, but the fight is inevitable, because the text says that they just came and started attacking you. Have you ever been in a place where you've been doing the right things and all of a sudden a fight shows up? Maybe you're married and you've got some stuff going on in your marriage and you've been just going about your day, having a great day, and all of a sudden a fight shows. There are some fights that are inevitable. The enemy, the Amalek, is called the first of nations, and it basically means the first of nations, which basically shows us that they were a people who were experienced and they had been exposed to fighting. Matter of fact, they were experienced and exposed because they were descendants of people who were bitter. Because those people were bitter, they had a generational fight. And so here it is, a fight rises up with people who have been exposed, with people who have been experienced, with people who are generally looking to fight. You ever been like that? Just people show up looking to fight in your household, people looking to fight. Anytime you get in that place, you got to understand that the fight may show up, but what I do from here showcases what God has in me. Well, it showcases who God is, because here it is, the fight shows up, and I'm looking at the text, and Moses doesn't panic, Moses doesn't blink an eye. I don't know if Joshua was nervous. It doesn't really talk too much about what Joshua did, because Joshua just followed directives. And so as Joshua is following directives, the leader does not mince words. The leader doesn't get nervous. The leader doesn't start tripping, as we would say in our urban vernacular. The leader just issues an initiative. I just want to help you today, because every fight requires an initiative. I mean, you can think about it, you can cry about it, you can even run from the fight. But check this out. In order for the fight to be rectified, in order for the fight to be solved, in order for the fight to be turned around, an initiative has to take place. It's in the initiative that God showcases his power. The text says that I've got Joshua, you've got to choose some of our men and go out to fight. Amen. He said, you've got to choose some of our men to go out and fight. What it indicates to me is that there are some seasons to make choices, and choices are everything. Did you hear me? Choices are everything when the chips are down. I might not feel good. I might not feel like fighting. I might feel like everything in me is wanting to run. But because I've got to sit still and be still and know that God is God, I got to make sure that I'm in a place to where God can speak to me, so that I can make great choices, so that I can honor God. Is intimidating, but your choices are still being monitored, because he says for him to make the choice. Moses is getting ready to prepare for the fight, but he gives an initiative, he gives a directive to Joshua, which allows us to think through and follow through on some things. A lot of times we can follow through on some things, but we don't have initiatives to go through the motions, and then we just kind of just do stuff instead of really thinking through what it is God is trying to get through us, and what is God trying to say to us. this is the text right here, because the fight shows up. Joshua doesn't run, he never runs. And I believe that you really don't know how much fight you have until you begin starting to make initiative. I mean, it's in this season that Joshua makes the initiative. Joshua begins to try to figure out some things. But as he's trying to figure it out, he decides on who's going to go with him. I want to just touch on that for a second, because if you have initiative, you got to have willing people following out the initiatives. Amen? It doesn't do any good for the leader to tell you something, or you be a leader and issue out an initiative and nobody follows through. Because if nobody's following through, the fight does not get accomplished. But I like Joshua because the text says just choose some people. Basically what Moses is telling Joshua is, it does not matter who goes to fight. What really matters is that you go fight with everything you've got. And I want to tell you today that the enemy has sent this virus called the COVID virus, and we're beginning to see who really wants to fight. The enemy has sent this COVID virus, and we begin to see who really wants to fight for the good of the country, who really wants to fight for the good of what God has, who really wants to fight. And I'm just so proud to see that we have a lot of frontline defenders. We got a lot of frontline people that are out there fighting. But listen, we're in a fight that came at us as an inevitable fight. But what was the first thing we did? We issued out initiatives to fight the fight. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to help you with, because that's why I'm washing my hands every day. That's why I'm wearing a mask when I'm out in public, because there are some initiatives that have to be followed in order to fight the good fight. Amen. Not only does every season has a fight. I want to help you today, because every fight has a focus. Every fight has a focus. Verse 9, it says, he says, okay, the first day, Joshua, you got it, you did it. You held them off, because it looked like they had the advantage. But some days, it's just for you to hold them off as you get the initiative. The next day, he says, tomorrow, as you're fighting and you're holding them off, tomorrow we're going to follow through with this initiative, because once you have an initiative, now you've got to focus in the fight, because every fight has a focus. It says, tomorrow I'm going to stand on top of the hill with the staff of God in my hand. So there's an initiative, and then he says the initiative carries with it remnants of God. There's an initiative that showcases who God is and what God is trying to get in your life. God is trying to get something in you. God is trying to get something to you. But he's saying, where is your focus at during this uncomfortable season? Where is your focus at during this time where it seems like everybody is against you? Where is truly your focus? And I want to help you. When you start focusing on the right thing, you realize that there truly is value in first having focus, and second, being able to serve. Because I see two things. I see Joshua in the trenches serving, and I see Moses on the mountain focusing. Moses is focusing on what's in his hand from God, and Joshua is focusing on the initiative that he got from Moses. There's value in each one of those seasons, but there's focus in each level of the season. Did you hear me? There's value in each one of those seasons. Everybody has a different role to play, but everybody has a focus to preserve. And a lot of times we get mixed up in the battle because we start focusing in on the wrong thing. We start focusing in. Can you imagine what would have happened if Joshua had a focus on the flaws of Moses? Because you know that Joshua saw the flaws of Moses. You know Joshua probably heard the undertones of what Moses was, what Moses was not, what Moses didn't do, how Moses killed a man. But that wasn't the purpose of the fight. The purpose of the fight was for us to find our focus. The purpose of coronavirus isn't for us to focus on our stimulus checks. The focus of the coronavirus is for us to find our focus, which is right back with God. It's a great thing to see church now, because we don't really have to have a lot of the other stuff that we had. The one thing that we truly need is to focus on the Word of God. The one thing that we really need is to make sure that I've got a word from God, because the Word of God has every initiative for my life. Did you hear me? Every initiative that I need for my life is found in the Word of God. If you want joy and you getting beat up by depression, check this out. The Word of God has an initiative for you. If you've been beaten up by life, check this out. The Word of God has an initiative for you. And so when you really find out the Word of God has initiatives that truly work, you need to first, if I'm trapped today, I've got to rejoice right now in this moment. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, Pastor. I don't know, this fight just showed up in my life. I don't know how I'm supposed to make it. Check this out. Just pause, press the pause button, step back, meditate, and I promise you, when you start meditating on what God is saying, you will really find out what worked before. God will always showcase His highlights on the reruns. You just see backwards of how God worked before. You'll see how God turned things around before. You'll see just how good God was before. And when you see just how good God was before, then it'll give you courage right now. So if I'm gonna give you any advice during your fight, if you gotta focus on anything, the first thing I would do is focus on what I know. And that is that God worked because He's always worked before today. Amen. I didn't get to today just by today. I got to today because of some issues in my past. And so if God worked then, I believe that God will work now. Yes. So here Moses is focused in on what worked before. What worked before? Moses, I had to ask God. I had to ask Moses last night in my supernatural imagination, Moses, what worked before? And Moses said to me, he said, that rod that I had in my hand, it's that rod that had worked before. It's that rod that parted the Red Sea. It's that rod that led me to this place. And I just believe that if the rod led me to this place, if the rod led me into this season, if the rod led some people to fight me, then the rod will lead me right on to the other side. So my job is to lift up the rod. And sometimes the rod means the rod of correction. Sometimes the rod means the rod of discipline. Sometimes the rod means it's going to be a hard fight, but I got to go through some uncomfortable time. This wasn't an easy fight. It wasn't an easy fight for Moses. You know how I know it wasn't an easy fight for Joshua? Because Moses didn't tell us to go fight the fight by himself. He says, choose some people to go fight with me. You know how I know it was a hard fight? Because Moses went up and he tried like every leader tries to do. They try to lead on their own, and Moses got up there and he lifted the rod up and he was excited about that rod. But guess what? Moses got tired because the rod, although it worked before, in this season it wasn't just for him. It was not just for him. It was not just for him. It was for the people that were close to him. And the people that were close to him had distinct responsibility. Not only did Moses have people close to him, Joshua had people close to him. And so what worked was them finding out who was truly on the team. Hallelujah. I just want to ask you today, you're looking for some great things in life. You're looking for God to do some great, wonderful works in your life. The question today is, who's on your team? Who's on your team? Well, when you look at your team, I'm going to say that you're probably going to see two types of people. One are the people who need you. There are some people who need you. And those are the people that really don't want to fight, but they're at the fight, but not really wanting to fight. They're there, but they're not really there. Yeah. You see them, but you don't really see them. They're present, but they're not really present. Amen. And so you've got some people on your team that are just there, and I want to help you because a lot of times these are the people that are really good for your ego. They might like your statuses, but they won't show up to serve. They might like you as a person, but they won't show up in the trenches. They might like some of the stuff you do, but when the chips are truly down, you need some ride or die people that's going to fight it under any kind of weather, under any kind of situation. It doesn't matter whether you let them down or pull them up. They're still going to fight no matter what. You got to have some people who are going to fight for you. And you don't need people who need you, because people who need you, while you're in the midst of the fight, you got to go over there and fight for them. God is trying to get us to understand our teams. You don't need people who need you. You need people who feed you. Check out verse 12. It says, when Moses' hands grew tired, they took a stone. It wasn't Moses. He didn't tell anybody. He didn't direct somebody. People are waiting on directives. They didn't have the people that was closest to Moses just look at Moses and said, Moses, he really looks tired. And I can see that if he looks tired, it looks like the troops are tired. And since the troops look tired because he looks tired, somebody had initiative. Somebody said, not only am I going to follow the initiatives, but because I'm following the initiatives, I take initiative when the chance shows up to take it. Amen? I'm not going to grumble about what's wrong. I'm going to find the solution to what's right. I say that all the time around here. I always say, you got to find the solution. Amen? Find the solution. Find what's right. But I got to find the people who feed me. Aaron and Hur, guess what they did? They held his hands up. Yeah. When you hold up the man of God's hands, you begin to see the supernatural. I know he may have let you down. I know he may have did this. I know he may have did that. But listen, he is the source for what God is trying to get to the camp. Yeah. Your ride or die, hey, I'm not going to leave till we win. You may have got into a fight with the big bully on your block, and you found out who your true friends were. Because when the big bully showed up, when Debo showed up, somebody either had to fight with you, or either we all ran together or we all fought together. But you found out what our team was truly made of by the size of the fight and by the fight in the person that's really to fight. Who's feeding you? Amen? Because when we're focused on the supernatural, all we truly want is the glory of God to really fall down. But who else is on my team? I got some people who need me, people who feed me. I got to ask myself who's on my team. But the last person that's on my team is God. Amen? Yeah. I got to find who's working. And although I've got people around me, the people are strong enough to keep me in the midst of my situation. So I got to make sure that I'm focused on God. Because what I've learned about being focused on God is that when I'm focused on God, my finish has favor. Did you know that? You got to understand that your finish has favor. Hallelujah. You got to know that it's supernatural because it's something that happens outside of the natural power of God. Who knew that holding up a rod would cause something supernatural to happen in the valley? Who knew that holding up a rod would cause other people to fight harder? Because when you focus on the supernatural, God works because of things that you can't see to glorify something that you can see. He likes to manifest himself in battles that don't look like it's going to win. But I want to help you. If you keep fighting, you'll understand and you'll see that every fight has some favor attached to it. What is the favor? I like to say that some fights we have what I call favor to forget. Because there's some stuff in your past that is best for you to forget. It's in this text. It says, the Lord said to Moses, write this on the scroll as something to be remembered and make sure that Joshua hears it. He says, because it will completely blot out the name of Amalek from under heaven. He's trying to help us to see that when we get to the next level of our lives, when we get to the promised seasons in our lives, when we get to the next level of blessings that we've been praying for, we've been meditating on, check this out. We want to make sure that we're prepared, but we can't be bitter about what happened in the past. God tells Joshua, he tells Moses to let Joshua know that you're going to have favor to win, but you also got favor to forget. I want to help you because when you start remembering things about people hurting you, it causes you to stay in a repeat zone of things that are causing you pain, things that are causing you to weigh your spirit down. And anytime your spirit is weighed down, your flesh rises up. Did you get that? Anytime your spirit is weighed down, your flesh rises up. I gotta say that one more time, but you don't do it on. Anytime your spirit gets weighed down, your flesh has a tendency to rise up. And you need favor to forget what weighed your spirit down so that your spirit can operate the way it's supposed to operate. Because your spirit doesn't know anything but yes and amen. Your spirit doesn't know anything but conquering. Your spirit doesn't know anything but the victory. Your spirit doesn't know anything but how to get through. Your spirit doesn't know anything but how to make it to the other side. So you need favor to forget, but you also need favor to finish what he started. Amen? Yeah. You got to understand where you fought in the wilderness, because in the wilderness, I'm not sure what my next step is going to be. In the wilderness, I'm not sure how I'm going to make it out of this or make it out of that. In the wilderness, I do not have the answers to the fight. They didn't have the answers. So what they did was just serve God in the midst of this situation. What I want to help you to understand is that the place that you fought is the place where God wants your praise. Amen? The place that took you out ought to be the place that takes you into his presence. The place that had you crying ought to be a testimony to God's goodness. Is there anybody ever had a season in your life where it almost took you out, where it almost had you all upset? Listen, you can go through some stuff. I've gone through a lot of stuff. I've gone through a lot of things. I've gone through people doing all sorts of things against me. But check this out. The best thing about those seasons, it also gave me a testimony to testify on the other side. Yeah. You got to make sure that you testify on the other side, because it says that this place is called the banner place, amen? Which basically is another name for God. He said, this Jehovah is my banner, is the name of the place that they call it, and which gives us the God name Jehovah Lacy. Anybody know that God is your banner? Yeah. God is your banner. At the end of every season, we like to hang up championship banners. We don't hang up banners for a last place finish. We don't hang up banners for a season that didn't get completed. LeBron James and the Lakers are #1 in the standings, and LeBron was upset the other day because they were talking about canceling the NBA season, and because the odds looked good for him to win, he said, I don't want you to cancel the season because I'm looking forward to hanging another banner. I haven't even won the banner, but I'll fight just because I've got a chance for a banner. Yeah. Listen, you got to believe that God has placed in you a chance for a banner in your season. You got to believe that even though there's fights all around you, that God has a banner for you at the end of your season. That's what I've been loving about The Last Dance, is that even before the season had started, Michael Jordan already knew that the banner was already his. Yeah. Michael Jordan, Jerry Krause was fighting Phil Jackson. Jerry Krause was fighting Dennis Rodman. But here Michael Jordan is still saying, we're going to get that banner. And sometimes you've got some banners that you got to fight for. There are some banners that you'll win easy, but there are some times when you got to understand that this banner we got to go through some stuff in order to hang this last banner. Amen? The last banner the city of Chicago probably ever will see was a fight for the banner. Amen? A fight on the inside as well as a fight on the outside. The fight that you're going through is a fight that you got to go through. Amen? I like it because the fight is brought to Phil Jackson, but Phil Jackson could have called it the last fight, the last season, the last anything. But he decided to put a positive connotation on a fight that was very problematic. He says, I'm not going to call it the last fight. I'm going to call it the last dance. I want to help you today because that ought to give you a connotation for the mindset that you've got to have. You've been faced with odds that don't look favorable. You've been faced with things that he didn't know he would win 3 more championships with the Lakers. He just knew that this was the last time he would see his team. So he called it the last dance. Now this last dance was a nod to Donna Summers, who had a song called The Last Dance. And this song was about the last dance at the club. Anybody been to the club? I've been to the club before. And the last dance, before you get to the last dance, the last song of the night, the DJ comes on and he'll say that this is the last dance. And during the song, while the song is playing, there are some people that are cleaning up. And they got another song that's the last. They say the last call for know what that is. But on the last song, he said, this is the last dance. And the last dance means I got to get my dancing in before it's time to go home. Amen. There's somebody here, you're in a season right now, and it looks like your life is on pause. It looks like you'll never get out the house. It looks like you're going to be fighting with your husband and wife forever. But listen, what God's trying to get you to understand, that this might just be the last dance. You got to understand that this might be the last dance of this season before I promote you to the next season. When you understand that you don't have a lot of time, it means that I got to make sure that I take advantage of the time that's allotted before me. And when I truly do that, I fight with everything I've got. That's what I love about Mr. Joshua, is that he fights with everything he has. And you throw some giants at him, and guess what Joshua does? He continues to fight, because Joshua is one of my favorite superheroes in the Bible, because he doesn't know how to do anything else but honor God. Amen. Choose you this day whom you will serve. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord, because it doesn't matter how long I dance, I've got to dance with the right partner. Amen. I got to make sure that God is getting his glory in me, God is getting his glory through me, so that God can be lifted in every season of my life. Is there anybody here that says, I just want to lift up the Lord on high? Amen. If that's you today, you say, I just want to lift up God. I want God to be a blessing in my life. I want God to use me for his glory. Yeah. I want you to take a minute real quick and just say, I want to go forward in the last day. I want to make sure I take the next step. God called us to take the next step. It might not look good, but he wants you to take the next step. It might be a 3-step, and it might just be 1 step. You know, the song says 3-step, but it might just be 1 step. God said, if you just take 1 step, I'll take 2. The more you focus on getting closer to me, I'll get closer. I'll get focused on getting closer to you. You may have to fight, but God has the finish. I just want to help you today. God has the finish. Isn't that a wonderful thing to know? That even in the last